Perfidious Beat here, back to take pity on Tara Reid's household staff in XCOM, War of the Chosen. Talked a little last episode about how I'm feeling wrung out like a Tara Reid dish rag, and between episodes while I was cleaning up the audio for last episode, I got to thinking about what is the world's worst job? And the reason I started thinking about that was because I was thinking that Tara Reid's household staff, like Tara Reid's maid, that's gotta be a contender for the title. I mean, is it the world's worst job? No, definitively I think you can point to some other careers, quote unquote, that are probably a little worse than spending your days cleaning up puddles of vomit and fistfuls of pills and hauling garbage bag after garbage bag of empty Red Bull and vodka bottles to the curb every morning. Like, for instance, I don't know, you could be being whipped to death in a De Beers cartel diamond mine for taking a 90-second break to catch your breath. It's probably not as bad as the death by lash, but, you know, washing Tara Reid's undies, cleaning out the skivvies after she's been up to God knows what in them, it may not be the worst job in the world, but it's gotta at least make the list of contention. It's gotta be up there. The trauma you would endure on a daily basis as Tara Reid's housekeeper.
There were a few wounded during the latest covert action.
Yeah, whatever, it's Sean Vetter, we're not really gonna miss him. But the trauma that you get Tara Reid's household staff, it's gotta be sort of like being a first responder at a really traumatic event. Like, I don't know, the 9/11 collapse, or say a massive earthquake where it like drops a roadway onto another roadway and people are crushed, or a building that falls down. It's just rubble and carnage and fire and whatnot. The thing is, while the day-to-day experiences Tara Reid's household staff would probably be not quite as traumatic as a 100-story building falling in on itself, think about this. The really traumatic events like earthquakes and fires and whatnot, those aren't an everyday thing. There's not an earthquake every single day, but if you're Tara Reid's household staff, that's every day. Like, you're waking up to that stuff every single day. If you're on a SWAT team and you have to fight a gun battle with a band of armed robbers through the streets of Los Angeles, that happens maybe once every, 10, 15 years? Like, well, lately with much more alarming frequency, but I digress. It's still not a thing that you're doing every single day. If you're Tara, you get a little time to decompress between episodes, a little time to sort of iron out the psyche and tell yourself, you know, things are really sort of okay, even if things aren't really sort of okay. Gives you a little time for maybe self-reflection, self-deception, or just an honest chance to take a look at the world and go, yeah, you know, sometimes the world can be a really evil place. But Tara Reid's maid, there's no downtime. You're in the trenches every single day, probably cleaning up some, you know, undergarments that have been literally in the trenches, if you know what I'm saying. So reducing avatar project progress, we're very interested in doing that. In fact, we should probably just go ahead and do that, even if there are promotions on the table, which... promotions on the table, perhaps? We could recruit a Templar, not because we want them, but because we want the promotion. We could actually recruit 2 Templars. Any other promotions on the table? So our promotions opportunities here, we can hunt the hunter, which we'll probably do, again, more for the promotion than anything else. We'll probably recruit this Templar, again, more for the promotion than anything else. But I think our first job here has got to be to slow the roll of the Avatar project. They've really been cranking on the speed lately. We gotta trim that tree. We gotta pull that one back a little bit. Let's send Mr. Boiler Room in, and then I guess we'll take Philip Finelli, tail him on the end of that. Do we want to negate the risk of a soldier being captured? Yeah, we got more than enough intel, and while we just can't afford to have somebody get captured. We don't have enough Vin Diesel to go around, man. We're not exactly suffering from a surfeit of diesel over here. It's the 1970s, and we've pulled up to the gas station, and there's a sign on the pump that says, sorry, Carter administration has made sure there's no fuel available. But doesn't that conflict with your goals, Mr. Warlock? Shouldn't you be against the Avatar fulfilling the long-awaited prophecy? It seems like it has some pretty negative repercussions for you. You were charged with being the one to exterminate XCOM, not, you know what, sort of go and irritate him a little bit, keep him busy while the actual guy we've hired to do the job has time to get trained and get up to speed. You're a delaying action, Chosen. Is that what you want to be? Is that how you want to be remembered? Is that how you want to go down? Oh, we weren't the actual assault. We were the feint that distracted you from the actual assault. You want to be that guy? Do you want to be the Gallipoli of XCOM? Is that your goal? Firing shots at Churchill there, Pete. Your definitive, both social and intellectual better. No, okay, you know, I actually think, no, I'm not, but 2 reasons. One, I actually kind of think that Churchill sort of gets a raw deal on the whole Gallipoli thing. I think what he had was a pretty decent idea that was terribly executed. It was the one-punch man of military assaults. Churchill's idea was great. The generals and admirals who actually executed it, though, kind of fucked it up a little bit, much like One Punch Man, which is an ingenious idea for a story, completely derailed by the execution of said story. But Churchill, we don't really want to do any of this. Experimental ammo and experimental grenade, we're comfortable completing both of those. Churchill's idea was, we've got all these old, obsolete kind of garbage warships, let's just run them right up the river, and we don't really have to care about how many that we lose or anything, because none of this stuff is all garbage anyway. We're just, not only are we sweeping up the trash, but we're sweeping up the trash and using it in a useful fashion at the same time. And then the generals and admirals who were executing that plan started losing ships, and rather than stick to the plan of not care that we're losing ships, they sort of slowed their offense and fell back. They weren't kind of supposed to do that. We're not really going to be able to slow them down under any circumstances, Bradford. We're sabotaging them in 5 days, which will avert that. We only have 1 safety valve open and not a great pathway to a second safety valve. So I kind of would prefer to not have to use that one if we don't have to. I think we just let the clock run a little bit here. Yeah, whatever. I'm not that interested in Mexico. I mean, the NAFTA agreement and whatnot, sure, it's still taking place, but we're gonna go make contact here with New India. Riddick and Hunter have deepened their bond to level 2. Yeah, but I'm talking about the Gallipoli offensive over here, Bradford. Do you mind? I mean, old Pete's waxing a little historical. Give me some room to work. You wanna loosen the choke chain a little bit and let me branch out and kind of spread my wings a little bit, maybe? No, you know what? Never mind, Bradford. Training center. We do need to staff up some resistance comms here. We have an open engineer. We could also upgrade this. An additional comm station, which just takes 125 supplies, requires no additional power. That gives us 1 extra contact. Doesn't take any additional power because we did put this on an exposed power conduit, so nothing we build there is going to require power. Do we have the defense matrix yet? We do not. Do we have a lab yet? Laboratory does make breakthroughs more likely. Do we have enough power to... We do have enough power to front a lab. You know what? Let's go ahead and build a lab. That's fine. We'll get that started. Bridget Wallace... We don't need you on resistance comms yet anyway, so that's fine. Work on the laboratory for the next 10 days. Do we have anybody available to work on this? Carrie Taylor, welcome to XCOM. Here's your shovel. Honestly, do we care to have you construct a library, or the laboratory, or would we rather just let that kind of cool its heels and have you come down here and help dig out this shielded power coil? I think we might be better if we just have you... We actually take you off of this, Bridget Wallace, let the laboratory build itself, and have you come up here and work on the shielded power coil. Shielded power coil also has the added advantage of getting us supplies, and all of our laboratory, the time it takes here not really matter, because we're going to do plasma rifle, then we're going to chain off plasma rifle and go directly into powered armor. And those are going to take a while, so we're not going to get we're not going to get a lot of opportunity for breakthroughs and having that lab online. Probably just 1, in fact. I'm okay with passing up 1 opportunity for a breakthrough. Especially if it lets us make contact with New India, which does cement for us a sweet continent bonus as well. All of our weapon upgrades are now very slightly better. Skip Bradford down here, trying to introduce these guys to how they too can have great hair, which not gonna go over too well because one of them's bald. He might think Skip's firing shots. Be like, dude, the first thing you do, you come over here, invite me to join your resistance movement, and the first thing you do is start fucking firing shots about me being bald. I'm not okay with that, man. That's not cool. Could pick up the continent bonus for New Australia. We have so many facilities within easy reach here if we just go east. I'm thinking we gotta sling over to the western United States. It's going to take a significant amount of intel for us to get over there, but we've got a ton that we're not using anyway. Inside knowledge is ours. Yeah, you know what? I think we go directly to the Western U.S. It's only 80 intel, which given our gigantic stockpile isn't even a quarter of it.
We can't establish any new contacts until we upgrade our system.
Well, you know, worst case scenario, we can always take one of those engineers we were debating what to do with and have them go staff a facility. How long until sabotage finishes in one day? Bring the Beastie Boys back. Listen, all y'all. It's sabotage. Yeah, so much for the Doom counter. See you in hell, Doom counter. Very helpful for us. And we got our boys back, which means, well, one, they're back in town like a thin Lizzie joint, and two, they're going to need a new job to do. Assign a new covert action. We're going straight in for promotions then. Hunter Part 2. This takes a lieutenant, a sergeant, and one other soldier. And the lieutenant plus is the one who gets the promotion. Xander Cage has got to be close to Colonel anyway. I really feel like we're better off if we just take Jackie D'Norcio, throw him in here, and get him up to Major. Then it's any soldier. I'm thinking Finger will handle that. And then any sergeant plus, I'm thinking good old Boiler Room here. And all we have then is a moderate chance that one of these guys comes back wounded. This gets us a little bit of extra intel, a little bit of extra influence with the Templars as well. That'll be 2 Templar orders then that on our next month start we can just kick off and have start rocking. Plus, you know, promotion is always good too. We love the free promotion. And it puts us like 1 pip away from a new safety valve. Fantastic. We did an experimental ammo and we got tracer rounds. That sucks. I really, really would have liked something a little better than tracer rounds. I don't suppose we have any more Illyrium cores, do we? We just have the 1 and we might need it. Okay, we're going to have to hold off on that. Is there anything else we want to do here? I think we just let the experimental grenade finish.
Hey, Commander.
I do have some items I need to build. One thing we can build that's helpful is we can't just build blue screen rounds because all they cost is supplies. So let's flick a couple of those out there. Anything else we need here? You know, a battle scanner. Throw that into the mix too.
It's been slow going, but I've made headway.
Yeah. Tell me later, Lily, about your headway. I'm not too concerned about it. In the meantime, guerrilla operation. What do we got? Bending reed. Lightning reflexes. Overwatch shots always miss Advent troopers. I don't like them with lightning reflexes. Operation Glass Relay. What was the other one? Lost on every mission. I don't really care about Lost World either. Bending reed is sort of irritating, but it's not the end of the world. Honestly, I think Glass Rain is more irritating because this applies to all Advent troopers, and we really don't want plus 180 supplies are useful, especially given the fact that we've got plasma weapons coming online. We're going to have to pay for those bad boys somehow. This will go a long way toward footing that bill. Also go a long way toward paying Tara Reid's maid, because whatever the hell that woman or man makes, whatever Tara Reid's housekeeper is pulling down, let me tell you, it ain't enough. If she's paying him 7 figures a year, you know what? It's not enough. It really isn't. So let's get Richard B. Riddick and Beardo on the scene. This is going to be a fairly tough mission. I'm feeling like maybe we go all out here. Do I want to take Xander Cage? No, but I do think we bring Dominic Toretto on this one and see if we can't maybe get Dom a little promotion. Let's grab a Groot. Give me a little bit of Taylor Reese. You know what? Taylor Reese is a little tired. Let's pull him out of there. Turop, how about you? You're fully ready to go. And then Caparzo, you recover yet? You're still a little sleepy. How about Binky? Binky's in fine fettle. That'll do. Make utility items available. Make weapons available. Make armor available. Not that the armor matters. Riddick, you should still be fully outfitted properly. I got the bullpup, got your plasma grenade, and that's it for you. Good enough. Caldo Beardo Hunter, you seem appropriately kitted. Plasma grenade, bullpup, okay. We do have some more weapon modifications we could be using here. Let's take a look at that. Toretto, let's see what kind of gun you got. And what kind of gun we could potentially make it. You have a scope and okay, hold on a second. Let's go into our weapon mods here and just see what we've got available for upgrades. Advanced laser sight, an advanced scope, an advanced autoloader, and an autoloader. Expanded magazine, I'm comfortable with. The regular scope, I'm also comfortable with. Is anybody rocking a weapon that only has 2 upgrades? Because if you have one that's only got 2, we're going to override it. So advanced repeater, advanced laser sight. You know what? Take a regular autoloader. You know what? We'd be better off putting an autoloader, especially an advanced one, on something that has an expanded magazine. Expanded magazine and autoloader is more useful. So you have an advanced expanded magazine, a scope, and a repeater, but I like all of those things, though. Like, that's almost our ideal combination. Scope, repeater, magazine. We want those more than we want anything else. You've got advanced repeater, advanced laser sight. You know what? Swap that out for a scope. Advanced scope. We'd prefer this to be an advanced expanded magazine, but until it is, let's go with just a regular autoloader because it's not the ideal piece of equipment, but it's still helpful. Dominic Toretto, what do you got working here? A scope and an expanded magazine and a hair trigger. Not ideal, but you've got something in every slot. We'd like to get rid of that hair trigger and maybe replace that with something a little better, but that's going to have to wait. You got nothing. So you get an advanced scope and a hair trigger, or just one that has a scope. So let's get some upgrades on this then. So a scope is fine. We'd like to go autoloader expand. I mean, really what we want though is the scope, the repeater, and the magazine. That's what we want. Scope, repeater, magazine. Let's give you a hair trigger and a regular autoloader until we can get something better. We've been picking up like a lot of garbage tier weapon mods. We haven't been getting any good ones at all. Advanced scope and a hair trigger. Well, you've got the scope. Let's give you an advanced autoloader for shits and giggles. Couple free reloads, and then Binky, what do you got over here? You're rocking a stock and a superior laser sight. Boy, I'm so glad that one of the superior weapon mods we got has been a laser sight. That's like super helpful. We love those. The other thing is a stock, which is also shit. Well, you got the opportunity to do 1 guaranteed damage, and it's not like we brought you for damage anyway. Somebody should really be toting blue screen rounds. We built some. Alternatively, it feels like somebody should really be using a battle scanner as well. 2ROP, we're going to have you go battle scanner. Keep the explosive grenade or swap that out for blue screens. I feel like somebody should be toting these blue screen rounds. We could just go in and buy most of these dudes' tactical rigging, I think, too. Because it is just an ability we can buy, right? So we could get, you know what, Riddick? Yes, we're going to spend some ability points to get you tactical rigging. I think that's all the ability points we're going to spend on you, though. And then let's give you also some blue screen rounds. And then if we have another slot, let's buy tactical rigging. You know what, Dominic Toretto? You also should buy tactical rigging here. Assuming you have it on your... It's not even on the menu for you. Anybody else got tactical rigging on the menu? Groot, what about you? Can you rig up... Can we rig like some kind of harness to one of your twigs or berries or something over there? Pete, did you just say you wanted to tie something to Groot's penis? I don't think Groot has one, but also in the event that that's where he wants to hook it up, I'm not one to judge. I just want him to be able to carry extra equipment. The where that extra equipment goes is really up to him. I like to delegate to my employees. I don't want to micromanage. I'll just be like, I need you to carry this into battle. Figure out a way to do it. And then I let the employee solve the problem themselves. He wants to tape it to his Johnson, let him do it. The best kind of manager. Your employees are going to come up with better solutions than things you might think of anyway. Plus, if they do something and it's monumentally stupid, you can always go and be like, yeah, we kind of can't do it this way because this is dumb. Try again. You've wasted no mental energy. Your employee is doing the job for which they have been paid, in theory. Not that we're paying you. It's just a better overall management style. Plus, what if they come up with something really innovative that you never would have thought of that works like a dream? Then you still get to take credit for it. That's part of the great being a boss. When they do it and they do a fantastic job, you can be like, I told them to do that.
I go as ordered.
It's nothing but win for you. Delegate, delegate, delegate. Alright, Beardo's got... Oh, shit. Yeah, Andromedon is bad.
Maybe something that can't handle our atmosphere?
Those emissions could be toxic. I advise caution.
Could be toxic? I mean, they're definitely toxic. Alright, we've encountered our first Andromedon, which is quite unfortunate.
I will move.
And Andromedon's going to be a tough enemy for us. We're going to have to get some grenades on him to get rid of that armor. With all that armor on there, he's just too damn powerful. We don't have too much of a problem vis-a-vis the Snake Men, because if we can wrath our way into the Serpent Men, we might be able to get a little retribution action off that would be extraordinarily helpful. Riddick, let's get you over here. Binky, kind of wants you to hang back a little, buddy. He says as he runs him like as close to the enemy as possible to be. Our boy Dominic Toretto is greasy fast. And also greasy furious. Can you be greasily furious? Sure, what if somebody throws like a kettle of scalding oil in your face? I would think that would make you greasily furious. Groot, I'm tempted to put you right here, but it seems like a bad idea. If these guys go laterally, you're going to get flanked and spotted. So instead, we're going to settle for the suboptimal position of over here instead. Binky? Oh, you must have parkoured, huh? He parkoured. These guys, just as long as you're standing in a wad at the end of the turn, I don't really care where you wind up. I just kind of need you guys to be in a blob. So who's going to throw... I need somebody who can do... All they really need to do here is just throw a grenade. Where can we grapple to? Oh, we're good. I need a grenade on target, ideally with an action left at the end of said grenade hurling. Dom, how far can you get one out there? Quite far enough. You can come to here, be in potentially full cover. And then, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and start this off with a bang. This should catch the Andromedon. It's going to definitely catch all the Snake Men. We got the Volatile Mix for a little extra damage. We also got the Sweet Shred. Dominic Toretto is revealed. Minimal damage to that Andromedon, but we've got plenty of available shooters left. The Andromedon has chosen a very good spot to be. So it's time to... It feels like it's time to start wrathing here. So if we wrath this Viper, 83% chance, we should wind up either in this tile or this tile, which gives us a relatively decent subsequent shot at the Andromedon. Yeah, could have done without that, though. So the extra pod activation, quite unfortunate. What do we have? A Purifier, a Priest, and what appears to be... Stun Lancer? Well, what can we do about that? Well, we could start with the Whiplash. Kill the Viper. Advanced Purifier, super dangerous. Heavy Lancer, less dangerous. The Andromedon, we have a very bad chance to even hit anyway. I'd love to get rid of your cover. The other thing we could do here is we could justice one of these guys over into the pile. We have other folks who can do that. Let's try this. So Calder Hunter, first off, throw the Whiplash and kill the Snake. Perfectly executed. No shit. Then instead, I think we get... Okay, who's going to be able to see us if we're in this tile? We can't tell because... Like here we have flank shots of two guys, but that's going to get a shot in the spine.
Repositioning.
We're using a lot of movement abilities here. You have one flank shot. Alternatively, we could drive you in and go skull mine a dude, and I don't hate that at all. But this Andromedon is still a real issue. I think we got to go throw a plasma grenade here and try and destroy his cover. And I'm going to throw it directly on the cover, because destroying the cover is the most important part here. His cover is indestructible? Yeah, that's unfortunate. So we've still got this man. I think we got a Wrath over because we need the movement. This is going to be a dead Snake Man. Got him. Then we got to go through the whiplash. 43% is terrible, but we got to use what we got. Did manage to get to connect on the Andromedon. That's beautiful. And then... You know what? Yeah, Justice that priest. Pull him up here. That priest has 18 friggin' health? That's way too much. Okay, Mr. Turop. So, I think for you, best bet is just grapple to here. We're getting a lot of, like, mobility, a lot of utility here. So we fire the weapon, hopefully drop the Andromedon. Beautiful. Now we're going to hit it with the lash, because the lash is the equivalent of a blue screen round. It's going to do bonus damage to our robo friend. Well, it didn't go down, Bradford. It's just it turned into a robot. Then we whiplash his ass. An extra 12 damage. Turop's getting some work done here. And then I'm feeling like... No, I don't want to Justice the priest. We could just shoot the priest in the brain. Let's shoot the priest in the brain. Nice crit. Richard B. Riddick. I feel like we need you to grapple as well. Oh, Riddick is not grapple fast. We need Riddick up into shit, though, because we're going to have him Battle Lord. Okay, Riddick. Go to here. Then grapple. You, at the end of this turn, need to be able to see many enemies. And I think Battle Lord actually takes an action. So we're going to Battle Lord. It does take an action. Okay, so we have learned. Then we have Shane Wolf. You can grapple to here. Okay, let's see if we go to that tile. We should have a reasonable line of sight. Grapple up to here. The mobility we're getting out of our boys is fantastic. We got the grab. We got 3 targets. So Whiplash should go at... You know what? That's fine. Whiplash the priest, actually. Critical. He has gone into stasis. Acceptable. And then Wolf, I need you to Justice this... Oh, not the Purifier, because that's gonna... He's gonna explode when he dies. Justice this man up to the top. Shank him with the Ripjack. Nicely done. And then after he's done been shanked with the Ripjack, we're going to shoot him in the brain pan. You're out of action. Nicely done. How come your stasis ended? Oh, because that was the end of our turn? And a Holy Warrior the Purifier. Intriguing. So if we kill that man, and we should get an action right now. Battle Lord should trigger, and we should get an action. Battle Lord did not trigger. Why did I not get my action? Double move on the Purifier's part. Where's my Battle Lord, though? Yeah, I should have gotten a Battle Lord action, and I didn't. Why did I not Battle Lord? I mean, I'm a little upset, actually. Battle Lord did nothing. Also, we can't see any of those enemies. Intriguing. All right, Beardo, you should have flank shots at 2 different people, but first off, kill this man. Perfect. Well played. And then... I'd really rather, if you're gonna, do this, go skull mine this man. Don't set yourself on fire on the way, please. Because killing him should kill the Holy Warrior, man. You know what? The miss there is actually perfect. I was kind of a... Oh. How did that still do damage on a miss? Weird. So Groot, kill this guy. I guess having a stock or something made that still do damage on a miss. And then get out of the puddle of goop, if you would. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, I think what Groot meant to say is, I am Groot. He just, you know, I am Grooted in a method that really meant I need to use the restroom. I am Groot. Be like, can't you hold it for 5 minutes? I am Groot. Just, like, we're almost there. We've got like half of a parsec to get to the... I am Groot. You know, like, fine, we'll stop. I clearly don't understand how Battle Lord works, because we could see enemies when we triggered the ability, like 3 of them, and that should have given us bonus actions, but for some reason did not. I'm a little confused as to how that power... Like, I don't understand the specifics. Wouldn't be the first power I don't understand the specifics of. But all things considered, I still feel like we did pretty darn well in that turn. Babylonian just be on Overwatch. I still feel like we did pretty darn well in that particular turn. Where's my boy Riddick? B? I was going to say we could use manual override, but there's no reason because you still have all of your actions here. Shane Wolf. There's some robots up there, and we have encountered 1 or more. You gotta be shitting me. Another fucking Andromedon? And also there's a heavy mech over there. Perfect. Well, this is a delight. So we've got a Wrath attack at our disposal. I don't suppose we can grapple anywhere especially good, can we? What I'd like to do is be able to grapple somewhere that I can still drop a grenade on those guys' head, but I don't think Dom's going to be able to get there. We may have somebody just step up and throw a grenade. If we're going to do that, who's that somebody going to be? Looking like it might be Groot. Groot's on the move. Get the grenade out there. We can't get both of their cover. We can't even hit them both. We can only hit one of these guys. Really would have liked this to have been larger. Did shred the ammo on the shield bearer. The other guy does only have 8 health. That's a little helpful. Turop, if you justice this heavy lancer, it can't miss. It pulls him out of cover. Then we've got 2 guys that are out of cover. This is ideal. Just yank him back here so we don't have to dick around with those guys in the back. Give him the shank. Nicely done. And then follow that up just by shooting him in the brain. And problem solved. The old shaken brain, that's what we call it. Whiplash is not going to hit the Andromedon, and we kind of want to save it for his robot form anyway. No need to manual override. Doesn't really do much for us. We could justice you, but that will leave us out of cover. I'm actually very concerned about the Andromedon. I don't suppose we could... Well, your grapple is on cooldown. Binky? You got a pretty respectable shot at our boy here, and we can't really afford to Wrath in there because we know there's a robot in the back, and we don't want to trigger the robot. Dominic Toretto. So if you come up here, you'll be able to see any of these guys? There's no tile from... You can see something from that tile, but I'm pretty sure that something is going to be a robot we don't necessarily want to be able to see. Alternatively, let's just do this. That kills him. Nice. Then what do we follow that up with? Well, we could grapple to one of these tiles and potentially go on Overwatch.
Repositioning.
Can't see anything, but we will be on Overwatch in an elevated position. Beardo, we can't really have you guys clustering up together like this. That would be very bad. Riddick, I think we move you forward. Okay, here's the play. We move Riddick forward. We hurl the grenade. Voldo Mix got to shred. That exposed him. Then we give Riddick a bonus action. Our boy Caldo Hunter inspiring Riddick to ever greater feats of daring do. Nicely done. We hit him with the lash. Do we want to hit him with the lash? We might want to save that for the robot. mean, Beardo's got a flank shot and the repeater. Even if we get the kill, though, we don't get the kill. We kind of need to be in cover here. I think our best bet is to step back into full cover. Riddick isn't in fantastic cover. We can't Battle Lord. No need to manual override. Let's try interrupt here. So did I... Okay, this is us taking our interrupt action, I'm assuming that. So what we could do is dash up to here. Let's see what happens. I'm curious how this is going to work. It will put us next to him for potential retributions as well.
Commander, we have a positive ID on the alien relay.
So this guy should then get ripjacked again from a reaction. Yeah, he's getting retribution, which missed because it fucking always misses. And then what are you going to do? Punch Riddick in the brain. All right. So maybe not our best idea of all time. Especially since now we're in the open to get killed by a robot. Yeah, that turned out to be extraordinarily a bad decision. This pod's going to activate, and if they can see Riddick, they're just going to shoot him. Well, he went on Overwatch. So all of those things are bad. Well then. Okay, so Riddick, first things first. You cannot hit the overwatching robot, nor can you see the overwatching robot. Those things both suck. What's your justice chance like? 55%. The shield bearer, I'm not really that worried about. Binky, what can you do? We don't want to have you go forward with a Wrath. That's a bad idea. Also, I believe you have blue screen rounds. Can you see that other robot in the back? You can. I think. Is that the robot in the back? Can you whiplash him? 88% for the whiplash. Let's do that. Yeah, your Overwatch can suck it. Also take a whole bunch of damage. And then, you know what? Since you're already activated back there, I'm thinking we Wrath over into you. This will kill him. Get shanked. Oh, no, his armor saved him. Right. Well, that's okay, because, I mean, you know, we can still just also shoot him. See you now. Okay, so we had a problem. We solved it. I'm pleased. That worked better than I expected it to. Babylonian, you got to just get closer to the action. You're too far away. He's taking a new approach. Let's hope his new approach produces, like, powerful dividends, or rather just explodes this man and shreds his armor. Good enough. A little bit of volatile mix. We got some solid shred and good damage off of that, and now we should also just be able to shoot him in the brain. And we got a hair trigger action, which we will use to go pick up this swag. Full soldier boy there. Little bit of extra action point from the height advantage kill, too. An advanced expanded magazine, super useful. So, Riddick, we're going to have you just shoot this man. That armor, though. You know, Binky, Wrath into this guy, because I want you right next to him so that your follow-up shot can't miss. Perfect. Nicely done. Yeah, it sure didn't. That's well observed. Didn't stop him even, like it didn't even inconvenience him. Not only did it not stop him, it didn't even annoy him. You got nothing going here, so I guess we're gonna have to take a move. It'd be a great time for parkour to trigger. Nope. Probably won't even get a kill here. Oh, we got a very lucky critical that did trigger the kill. And now we got to figure out a way to kill this man in a single turn. 97% chances for Groot here. Start shooting, Groot. There's 5. Give me 5 more. And that should leave just Riddick, who can grease him with the whiplash. I mean, he's standing right here. Don't miss. Well played. Well played. What did I say? I'm pretty sure I said don't miss. And then what did you do? Right. Fortunately, the blue screen rounds finished you off. Beardo, if you would be so kind, just to eliminate this thing. We got a lot of people who are low on ammo here. Go ahead and fire here. And get the reload. Riddick, take the shot, kill the thing. You can also reload.
Status confirmed. All hostiles are down and the area is secure.
Do we even need to reload? No. But we did get Riddick punched in the face. Valuable lesson learned. Don't stand next to an Andromedon. They can punch through walls. Is it the first time you've been punched through a wall in XCOM, Pete? Not even close. Not even close. I've been furiously punched through walls more times than Vin Diesel has made movies with the name word furious in the title. I still think I'm the most salty about our original Long War campaign, the time Taylor Swift got punched through a wall by a berserker. I still think of all the wall punches, I'm still the most furious about that. Like a berserker ran up and punched her through the wall of a bank, and I was just unbelievably furious. Riddick's down for 5 days, but odds are he was going to be down for 5 days, whether it's due to a wound or tiredness, so that's kind of a wash. Did pick up a promotion for Beardo. Advanced Expanded Magazine, super useful for us. 3 extra clip side is nothing short of huge. 180 supplies, and we countered lightning reflexes. Riddick is an obsessive reloader, which is very bad. Although we could counter obsessive reloader by giving him an auto loader. We may do that. Also, let's get Beardo promoted here.
We should talk to that hustler running the black market.
No, I mean,
Can help us out restocking.
if we need a hustler, we got Jackie DiNorsio on the team, so it's probably fine. I feel like saturation fire is maybe a must for us. Interrupt is better than regular Overwatch, by far. I wonder if Waylay and Interrupt combo. I bet they do. Let's take Interrupt. Testing has shown so far that Interrupt seems to be maybe a better ability than I've been giving it credit for. You can have a personal combats? Sure, Jackie Norso, take a little extra HP, that's fine. Maybe it's a little better than I've been giving it credit for. And maybe Skirmishers are a little better. He can't do it alone, join today. Major Hunter, Skirmisher. Is he giving us that blazing side-eye, though? That's really what I want to know. Does he give me that blazing side-eye? Because it doesn't look like it. In fact, he looks really sad. Look at his face. He's all down around the eyes, mouth turned down. He doesn't look determined or anything. He just looks like weary. This is a man whose soul has been... You know what? That's the face of Tara Reid's house staff right there. That's the face of a man who has gotten up at 5 a.m. after not being able to sleep because the entire house was thundering with a raucous party until 4 a.m. when everybody staggered out and passed out in the bushes. And this is a man, the face of a man who has gotten up at 5 a.m., just walked to the supply closet, got a shop vac so he could go, this is like a wet dry vac, so he could go slurp up all the puddles of various effluvia that have been ejected from the party guest, knowing that he not only was going to spend the day doing said vacuuming, but when he was done, he was going to have to haul 22 bags of empty vodka bottles out to the curb and then smile politely at the neighbors and be like, no, it's fine. Miss Reed definitely doesn't have a problem. It's just, you know how guests can be. The neighbors, by the way, are definitely not buying it. Like they've seen day after day those bags pile up on the curb. They know. Anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, including the downturned face there of a very heartbroken Calder Hunter, might consider dropping a like down in the comment section. Of course, support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more thrilling XCOM action, you might consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes every single day. Right now, however, I'm going to go drag myself to bed like one of those empty sacks of vodka bottles because honestly, I'm just wrecked. Thanks very much for watching. See you again soon.